What's up guys, Scarlet here, and today we're going to be doing something new. So for Free Comic Book Day, it was on May 6th, happy late Free Comic Book Day because this video is not going up on the same day. This is going to go up after, I don't know when. But Insomniac decided to drop a prequel comic for Marvel Spider-Man 2. Here's the cover, pretty cool. I'm fucking with the cover so far, I really like it. It looks really crisp. I love the artwork. The artwork is very important for me as like a comic book reader. And like I don't read comics as much as I used to, but I like this artwork though, so that's already like a good sign. Like that's a plus for me. But yeah, this is issue number 1. I'm gonna read it, then we can talk about it, break it down. I'm super excited. I'm glad they did this because we have not had nothing for this game, and actually I don't remember if these comics are canon to like the actual like game universe. If anyone knows about that, comment down below because I have no clue. I'm not sure if it's canon. I assume it is, but I also actually have no clue, and like I don't know, like I don't want to like set myself up for like expectations or whatever. Before we get into today's video, do you enjoy watching Spider-Man content on YouTube? If so, you found the perfect channel to join. For an affordable price of only $2 a month, you can get exclusive access to priority reply to comments, these cool custom badges I made myself, as well as some Spider-Man emojis.
But wait, there's more!
And lastly, you can get early access to content. If any of that sounds interesting, what are you waiting for? Join today. Thank you for your time. Back to your regularly scheduled content. But yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, oh, they got the white spider on the left. Okay. Alright, so first page, we got Jameson and MJ. Welcome back to Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson, the podcast for people who think for themselves with the help of this show. Our guest today is journalist Mary Jane Watson, whose book, I'm definitely gonna fuck this word up, Perilous, A Journey into War-Torn Symkaria, is out now. As a former newspaperman myself, Miss Watson, I'm pained to see your tome of hard-hitting reportage sell so poorly. Pained, but not surprised. People just don't want to read depressing books about war. You need to jazz it up, make it fun, sexy, like I did in the 80s. No doubt you read my Cold War bestseller, Saucy Soviets, The Spies Who Wished They'd Loved Me. It's in my stack, but I don't care about sales. I just want the stories of the people suffering in this conflict to be told. A noble goal, but if a book falls into the forest and no one reads it, does it make a sound? Let's face it, young lady. Covering a war is a veteran reporter's game. You were going to say a man's game, weren't you? I would never. Besides, you did have a man with you, your photographer, Peter Parker, who is also your boyfriend. Rookie mistake, my dear. You can't focus on the job if you're stealing smooches at some picturesque chateau. I fucked that up. What the fuck is a chateau? Can someone comment that? The chateaus have all been bombed, which you'd know if you read the book. That's it. I've had about all I'm going to take of your outdated, condescending advice. You used to be a great reporter, but now you're just a self-promoting jerk who couldn't handle modern journalism if your life depended on it. If you were faced with a real threat right now, you know what I bet you do? Alright, second page. Oh shit, here we go. Oh, that's it. Oh shit, okay. Alright, so we got Miles and Peter busting in through the Daily Bugle headquarters or whatever. Fighting Tarantula. That's interesting. I like his design too. It's kind of, he has the spider legs too. That's kind of cool. Okay. Pete says, and now a word from our sponsor, the sanctuary for unwanted supervillains, free to a good home, the Tarantula. Just be warned, he looks cuddly, but he is not house trained. And then Miles goes, and he really doesn't get along with other spiders. And then Tarantula's like, imbeciles, you will all die screaming. Alright, third page. Then Jameson goes, Jared, help! I'm too important to die. My producer's supposed to be my human shield. It's in the fine print. MJ goes, yeah, that's what I thought he'd do. Hope the Daily Bugle's live stream is ready for content coming in hot. Pete goes, getting smoked by 2 Spider-Men once wasn't enough, huh, Tarantula? You wanted an encore? He goes, I want my honor restored. Oh, Tarantula was already in this universe in like the Spider-Geddon comic. I didn't know that. It says in Spider-Geddon 0. I didn't know that. I don't know if I read that one. But anyway, Tarantula goes, and I will have it by slaying you both. This is the 4th page, I think. Yeah, 4th page. What was that? From Pete. And then Miles goes, I almost got killed going left against the Tinkerer, so I changed it up. I told you. I think I told you. Tarantula goes, adios. And then someone goes, you know, it does sound kind of familiar. Boom! An explosion happens, knocking Tarantula back. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of confused on what happens on this page. I think it's a web bomb from if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's a web bomb or something. I could be wrong, I have no clue. But yeah, an explosion happens, and then Miles goes, sorry for the damage, ma'am. And then Pete says, you're welcome. MJ goes, oh, come on, the interview wasn't going that badly, was it? And then Pete's like, I gotta go, emergency downtown, alien, dinosaur, zombies, see ya. That was good, that was funny. 5th page. It wasn't a total disaster. Anyone would have blown up at Jameson, but face it, that interview wasn't headed anywhere good. MJ replies, Peter Parker, did you deliberately steer the fight with Tarantula into the studio? Pete goes, no, not consciously. I mean, let's focus on you. Are you okay? Jonah had no right to say that stuff. Smart move, Pete. MJ, do I wish my book hadn't bombed? Sure, but it doesn't change how I feel about my job. I just need to work twice as hard at the Daily Bugle. I became a reporter to make a difference, not money. Speaking of money, how are you doing? I know you're getting your teacher's certificate, hasn't left much time for paying work. Ooh, interesting. Pete replies, I won't lie, it's been tough keeping up with the mortgage. I knew Aunt May took out a loan to keep the feast center running during the Devil's Breath crisis. I just didn't know how much, but I could never sell this place. It's all I have left of my May and Uncle Ben. Have you thought about getting a housemate? Actually, yeah, a lot. Wait, me? Pete goes, only if you want to. MJ replies, it's not that I don't. I just really need to stay in the city for work, especially after the book. Pete goes, totally get it, no problem. MJ, it's really not about us at all. It's... And then someone goes, hey, am I interrupting? Next page. What are we on, page 6, I think? Or I don't know. I lost track. Oh, it's Miles. Okay. Miles, glad you made it. You guys looked kind of off today. Just rusty. No big thing. Yeah, been a while since we worked together, that's all. Are you sure? I know Peter's had a lot on his mind. Anything bothering you? Miles goes, well, I guess I've been thinking about college. Always figured I'd major in sciences, but lately making music's been where my mind goes. I still love tech, but Pete replies, I hear you. This decision will affect where you apply, what you study, loans, the rest of your life. Miles goes, yeah, maybe leave the reassuring to MJ. Pete goes, you didn't let me finish. I was gonna say, your heart will tell you what to do. See? Reassuring. MJ goes, you could always major in one and minor in the other, Miles, then switch it if it feels wrong. Miles goes, I guess, but it's hard to find a great music school with a strong math department. I don't know. Maybe we should stick to spider stuff. Pete goes, great idea. See your gut knows. Anything in particular? Miles goes, I've been working on an adjustment to your lures. The pinging ones you gave MJ to distract bad guys, make them look somewhere else. I just need some parts. You guys want to come to the electronics store, or would you rather have some couple time? Pete goes, I could use a circuit board unless you... MJ, gotta get my steps in. Let's go. Alright, next page. So they're meeting at a place called Lux Car Repair. MJ, I love the way you're thinking, Miles. You don't know how often I've wished those lures had offensive capabilities. Pete goes, hold up, something in the car repair shop setting my spider sense off. And since it's closed, I vote for a multi-point inspection, Spidey style. MJ is in the alley next to the store, I guess, and she says, rear gates open, locks broken, alarm disabled. We're not dealing with after hours employees. The Spider-Man go on top of the roof, look through the glass, and they say, Pete says, yeah, I've been having misjudged on my appearance once or twice. I hate to profile anybody, but... Okay, we see a bunch of thieves in a car. One of the thieves says, what's the holdup? You're supposed to be the car thieves. Someone else goes, this is a vintage model. You can't just hack its computer like the new ones. You have to hotwire it. And we've never actually done that. Someone else goes, I watched an online tutorial, but someone else goes, make it fast or I'll find an online tutorial for kicking your... Next page. Pete jumps in. Miles goes, okay, look, we all appreciate nice cars, so why don't you give up before we dent something? Someone goes, it's the spiders, both of them. And then someone else goes, you spider freaks don't know who you're messing with. Our Magus is the Hood. He's got the forces of darkness at his command. I don't think I know who the Hood is. I don't know if this is like a brand new villain or like, I don't know. I never heard of the Hood as a Spider-Man villain, but it's kind of interesting so far. Pete goes, magic, huh? This is a role-playing game. Are you LARPers? I roll a natural 20 upside your... Oh shit, he just disappeared. I think the Hood just disappeared and then smacked Pete in the back of his head. You were warned, mortals. Run for your lives or suffer the wrath of Hades. Is his name Hades or is it Hood? I thought it was Hood. Sometimes comic books confuse me. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid. MJ goes, they're still here, just invisible. Oh, she spills some like chemicals on them. to like reveal where they are. Pete goes, nice work, ma'am. Spider-Man, you know what to do? Oh yeah, spider sense plus a web spray. And these guys are gonna have to go back to card tricks in jail. Next page. A little electric webbing stuns the last guy, and just in time, sounds like we triggered an alarm busting through the skylight. I figure this will go a lot better if we meet the police as Peter Parker, Parker. I live up the street, and you say you saw Spider-Man fighting some goth hair metal guys inside? Miles goes, Spider-Man, both of them, but they left. MJ Watson, Daily Bugle, any idea who the perpetrators are? Cop goes, we've had reports of a gang matching your description active in the past couple days. We'll know more after we question the suspects. Other cop goes, hey Lopez, place is a mess, but there's nobody in there. Anyone get out this way? Door didn't even open. Maybe they booked it without you seeing? We had the back covered. No way they could have got past us. And then someone else goes, unless they used magic or something. Pete and Miles look at each other. Pete goes, those guys were unconscious. How'd they get past the cops? Miles says maybe they had friends with cloaking tech nearby? Come on, man. You're a scientist. You don't really believe in magic. Pete goes, I guess not, but I've seen things that look like magic. Mr. Negative shadow demons, a guy who turned into sand. Hey, Sandman reference. MJ goes, guys, I got something. Officer Lopez was right. These guys have been on a crime spree the past few days. High-end cars, cash, electronics, things they can fence fast and easy. I'm sending you the known locations. Focus on that area. You might get lucky. Nice work, MJ. So even if we assume this crew is using tech or powers instead of magic, why would guys who can do that be pulling smashing grabs? Miles goes, we might be about to find out. I just got a tip on my friendly neighborhood Spider-Man app. Weird activity in a jewelry store not far away. Looks empty. Neighbor who reported it saw lights inside, but they went off. Pete goes, so does my spider sense. Something's hinky about that place. MJ, meet us here? On my way. Okay, this time we know what we're dealing with, which means... Alright, next page. Hey, Pete jumps in the window and goes, Web Blossom! Miles says, this is gonna look so bad if there's no one here. Oh, they caught them, yeah, so some of the people go like, oh, this is nasty. I got it in my mouth. Yo, imagine having spider webbing in your mouth. Ew. Miles goes, relax, it's totally non-toxic. Now hold still. The guy goes, hey, don't touch me. I know my rights. Miles goes, like I thought, cloaking tech. I've got markers more magic than you. That was a good one, actually. That was funny. Then the guy goes, like I said, rights, as in I'm remaining silent and there ain't nothing you can do to make me talk. Miles goes, I'm sure of it. It's been altered, but this tech was designed by Finn Mason, the Tinkerer, but she's dead, and her underground's all accounted for. So this hood must have found a cache of her stuff and repurposed it. MJ goes, hi guys, sounds like you've made some progress. Pete goes, not enough. These fellas don't feel very chatty. MJ goes, you just don't know them well enough. But when you sent me their pictures, I started doing research. Our friend here, for example, Edgar Persky, all his records before 5 years ago are fake. He owes Wilson Fisk money. Want to know his real name? The guy goes, hey, if that gets out, I'm dead. MJ goes, proposition for you. You start talking, and we stop. He goes, okay. Look, no one knows the hood's real name, and we're not dumb enough to ask. Sure, we use tech, but he's really got supernatural powers. He's the one who hired us, led us to the Tinkerer's stash, and he could turn invisible then. Walk on air too. Miles goes, Finn's people had programmable matter boots they used to jump and climb. Not a big stretch to modify them. Pete goes, but these guys are convinced their boss is some evil wizard. We have to make them more scared of not talking than talking. MJ goes, leave it to me. Okay, next page. Okay, so MJ is talking to the other criminal, Jimmy Coletti? I don't know. You grew up in the church. Altar boy. Still donate to your local parish? So, a criminal can't be religious? MJ goes, oh, I don't doubt you're sincere, which makes me wonder why you'd work for a man who traffics with demons. I mean, we're not just talking about jail here, you're risking your immortal soul. The guy goes, I thought it was a fake, a gimmick, like the scorpion or the rhino, but after what I seen, look, the hood needs money from these jobs to buy something. A smuggler's bringing it in from overseas tomorrow. It's some kind of magic artifact. Ancient. The boss, he said it has power over life and death. Pete goes, artifact, my webbed butt. Everything else fits though. The hood's raising money for a buy. Miles goes, of what? Drugs? Guns? A new devil's breath toxin? MJ goes, let's ask these guys more about, and then the lights go out. One of the criminals says, oh god, He's here. Pete goes, Miss Watson, look out. Blam, blam, blam. The Hood is here to send you to hell. Oh shit, this looks kind of crazy actually. I know they're emulating it's dark, but damn, that shit's hard to see. Pete goes down behind here. Is that MJ? I think that's MJ. I was trying to pull the fire alarm with the sprinklers on. You'll be able to see him. Pete goes, oh my bad, I'll take care of it. I think Pete misses. Yep, missed. No worries, a 360 web blast can do the same job as water, Miles goes. Then the Hood goes, unless you telegraph what you're doing like an idiot. Fair enough. Next page. And then MJ, I think, uses one of those lure things, throws it and says like you just did. And then, yep, the Hood is revealed. Miles, nice, we've got him now. Then one of the criminals got up and says, the master sets us free, we gotta do the same for him. Pete goes, are you serious? You don't even have your tech now, which means you've got nothing. MJ goes, neither do we. The Hood's gone, along with the most expensive pieces in the store. Face it, Tigers, we blew it. Next page, Pete goes, the police won't get another word out of those guys, which is exactly what the Hood wanted, to scare them silent. Then MJ or Miles goes, and the jewelry, add that to what he already has, and he should be able to afford his magic artifact. Pete goes, at least we know there's no actual magic involved, all tech. Tech that doesn't react well to a sonic attack. Nice going, MJ. You too, Miles. Miles goes, Thug's tech was fried, but the Hood obviously got his working again, so he's got better materials. Still, we can use this next time we see him. MJ goes, if we do, the deal's going down tonight. The list of active smugglers in the city is too long to cover in a day. Even if we can find them, let's admit it guys, we're out of sync. Acting like amateurs. Pete, you're acting like you used to when you didn't consider me a partner, when you were always trying to protect me. After how I handled myself against Osborn, Doc Ock, and Symkaria, are we really back there? Pete goes, I know you're a pro, MJ. It's not that. It's, if I'm honest, it shook me when you said you wouldn't move in with me. MJ goes, I told you, it's not about us. Pete interrupts, I know that, intellectually. Emotionally, it might take time. MJ goes, I get it, and I really am sorry. But in the meantime, you have to trust me, Peter. And Pete goes, I will, but you have to trust yourself too. This book situation hit you harder than you realize, or you wouldn't have gone off on Triple J. That's not the strong, confident person I know and love. And then, I don't know if that's a criminal at the bottom left corner, but he says, I swear I only smuggle fake purses. Okay, it is, but I know who's in on the game. I'll make a list. Then MJ goes, that's both sweet and annoying, because you're not wrong. I felt it myself, but I think I know how to get my mojo back. What about you, Miles? Is picking your major really eating at you that much? Miles goes, not anymore. Almost getting shot has a way of sharpening your focus. And when we find the Hood, he's the one who's gonna get a rude awakening. Pete goes, you love to hear it, and you'll love to hear this. A stripped down list of the main players in the smuggling world with current addresses. MJ, work your research magic. Miles, let's split them up and meet in Midtown. Midtown later. Hasn't been easy to get a lead when we don't know what the Hood's really buying, but if it is from overseas, one name keeps coming up, the Foreigner. Pete goes, hard same. No one knows his real name, but I got some tips on his recent imports. Art, historical relics, fine wine. MJ goes, and I cross-referenced the data with travel records. There's a yacht that was docked here each time, and it got in this morning. How close are you to the pier? Pete goes, as the spider swings? Miles goes, we're there already. You've got to be kidding me. We just missed him, and he's too far out to catch, Miles goes. Pete says the Hood might still be in the area, but if he's invisible and not attacking us, our spider sense won't react to him. Think your new gadget's up to the job, Miles? It'll have to be. I took the frequency that disrupted the Hood's cloaking before and mixed it with some of my beats. It should scramble his tech temporarily if we get close enough. Pete goes, so we sweep the area between here and where he's pulled most of his jobs? Miles? Make it funky. Miles goes, really? That was kinda how do you do, fellow kids? Pete goes, blasphemy. It's a song, young people today, I swear. And now I sound like Jameson. That was funny. Next page, Pete goes, you've got fans? Miles goes, but no Hood. Miles goes, sorry, this idea was a whole bust. Then Pete goes, wait, over there. He's ducking into that condemned building, probably hoping we didn't see him. I say we let him think that. See how he likes being snuck up on. Be ready for anything. He could have an army of guys here. Guns, bombs. Okay. that I wasn't expecting. Next page. I'm telling you, Ma, I know I've just been faking magic up till now, but this is the real thing. It'll cure you. Parker Davis Robbins, listen to me when I'm talking to you. Take off that silly hood. I want to see my son. The Lifeline tablet's been written about since the Middle Ages. It can cure any disease, even raise the dead. You're gonna be fine. I said, listen. I'm ready to go. All I want for you is to be safe, happy. You started stealing to pay my hospital bills. It's time to stop. The hood goes, I will, as soon as you're better. Now just relax, this won't take long. A bunch of mumbo jumbo. And then Pete goes, or no, Miles goes, we should. And then Pete is like, wait, in just a minute. Okay, and then we get some like swirling around with mumbo jumbo, and the hood, I guess, is doing some spell or some shit. Then the hood goes, is the cancer gone yet, Ma? How do you feel? His mom goes, like I said, ready to go. Are you going to listen to me now? He said, I must have read it wrong, but I'll figure it out. There's still time. The Spider-Man jump in. Pete says, I'm sorry, but there isn't. It's over. The hood goes, no wait, we can make a deal. You can have the tablet when I'm done with it. Isn't there someone you wish you could heal? Someone who's passed that you'd give anything to bring back? Oh shit, aw. Miles thinks about his dad, and then obviously Pete thinks about Aunt May. Pete goes, I'm sorry. We'll make sure your mother gets the best possible care, but magic isn't real, Parker. It's time to face reality. The hood goes, face this. Okay, they fight. He's trying to shoot them. Miles goes, you're gonna stop disrespecting Finn Mason's memory. Right here, right now. Pete goes, stand down, Hood. You can't hide anymore. The Hood goes, this is your fault. You messed up the ritual somehow. Maybe what it needs is blood. Your blood. His mom yells, Parker, stop this right now. The Hood and Pete go, huh? That's funny. The mom says, you listen to me, Parker Robbins. I'm dying. You can't save me. What you can do is be with me. That's all I've ever wanted. To spend what time I have left with my son. I've said it again and again, and you've never listened. Can you at least give me that much in the last moments of my life? The Hood says, could you give us a few minutes? Sure, Pete goes, as he awkwardly picks up the tablet and the Spider-Man walk out. Hood goes, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Mom says, shh, it's okay, honey. It's okay. Aw, she flatlines, I think, because it goes, wee. The Hood goes, no, not now. Pete goes, easy, we've got you. Pete goes, gonna need a minute here, guys. Cop goes, sorry, I didn't get the memo about you making commissioner. Out of the way. Miles goes, the Hood's no danger. He's unarmed. We've got spider bots keeping an eye on him. Cop goes one more time, move or we move you. Pete goes, Officer Hayden, right? Didn't I pull you out of a burning car? And Miles goes, Donahue, if it wasn't for me, the Rhino would have pulped you. We've never asked for anything in return for saving your lives. We're asking now. Cop goes, you got 5 minutes. Hood goes, won't need him. She's gone. Hood goes, there's nothing to fight for anymore, as the cops arrest him. The next day, Pete goes, so I want to apologize. I wasn't really listening to you. Like Parker Robbins wasn't listening to his mother. I let my insecurities throw me off, and it could have ended really badly. I'm lucky we're together, MJ. That's all I need. MJ goes, thanks. I've been off too about my book, much as I hate to admit it, but all this showed me how stupid that is. Because of what we did, a mother and son had meaningful last moments together, and a criminal got taken in without anyone getting hurt. That's what matters, not impressing jerks like Jameson. Miles goes, hey, did I tell you I decided on my major? Turns out ESU's got a music technology program, best of both worlds. I get to use science and make music, which is crucial, because in case you didn't notice, my latest mix slapped. Miles goes, now all I need is a recommendation from an alum. Pete, you think? Pete goes, me? Miles, I'd be honored. Not sure how much weight I carry, but I'm in. Miles goes, outstanding. Now all I've got to do is write my essay. MJ goes, well, this is me. You guys have fun on patrol. Be careful. Pete goes, it's the bad guys who need to be careful now that we've got our act together. MJ goes, you're right. I feel like we can handle anything right now. Alright, last page. MJ is walking into building. I think this is the Daily Bugle building she's walking into. She waves and goes, hey Tony, anything exciting going on? He replies, excitement's your job. Mine's aggravating my, I don't know what that word is. Psychotia? I'll put the word on the screen, I don't know. Nothing changes here. Isn't this a little abrupt? We should at least discuss it internally, coming from a conference room that MJ is walking past. It looks like Jameson in a board meeting. What's to discuss? I'm selling the fact channel for a mint. It's the future of media. print newspapers are the past. My offer is more than you'd get from anyone else. I know because I checked. You'll be taking advantage of my sentimentality towards this place. I want to buy back the Bugle, and not just buy it, run it. Well, it is the proverbial offer we can't refuse. So Mr. Jameson, we have a deal. Mind if I ask what prompted this? He goes, I just feel like I owe the younger generation the benefit of my wisdom and experience. I'm about to teach these snot-nosed keyboard warriors what it means to practice journalism the J. Jonah Jameson way. Jared, pack up my stuff. We're moving uptown. To be continued in Marvel Spider-Man 2. Okay, so that was a really dope issue. We got some really cool stuff, I think, at least. This video is already like 25 minutes long, so I'm gonna keep the breakdown short. I'm gonna try to at least. I like the Hood. I thought it was a cool little quick one-off issue villain. I liked Tarantula too. I hope they put him in the game. That would be really cool, I think, at least. I also like the Sandman tease. Hopefully Sandman's in the game too. I like how this issue is about Miles, Pete, and MJ all just not really being in sync with themselves, and by the end they all figure out what they need to, like, you know, figure out. I like the relationship stuff between MJ and Pete a lot, especially with MJ not wanting to move in just yet, but it doesn't mean she doesn't love Pete or doesn't want to be with him or doesn't want to move in with him at all. It's just not right now. Right now she just, you know, wants to take her journalism career as serious as she can while having Pete in her life. And then the stuff with Pete being a homeowner and going for his teaching degree or certificate is really cool, really nice to know. Hopefully we see some of that in Marvel Spider-Man 2 when the game does end up coming out. My favorite parts were definitely the Jameson bits, the Tarantula cameo, and as well the ending where it sounds like Jameson is selling his podcast to go back to the Daily Bugle to do newspapers. With that, are they setting up Pete to go back to the Bugle to become a photographer for Marvel Spider-Man 2 so that we can get a somewhat comic accurate Venom origin story? I'm just saying, that's what it seems like. We'll see though. But yeah, this issue was really dope. Highly recommend buying it, checking it out. I loved it a lot. Haven't had this much fun reading a comic in a while, actually. God damn this cursed image! So with that, what do you think of Marvel Spider-Man 2 prequel issue number 1? Make sure you comment your opinion down below so I can discuss all that with you in the comment section. Thank you for taking time out of your day to click on this video. If you are new to the channel, I cover Spider-Man related scoops, rumors, leaks, confirmations for the games, movies, TV shows, and I try to upload as much as I can. Sometimes, you know, we'll do comic book things on here too. So if any of that interests you, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. If you want more of this type of content, leave a like on the video. Don't forget to check out my latest video on the left if you haven't already. I hope you have had a good day and that you enjoyed the video. Until next time.